Okay, so good morning, all of you. Okay, so Docker. User and password I'm giving here. Sign in. Okay, so let me create a one server now. Yeah, Sunday workshop is there. Tomorrow class is there. Huh? You need rest. If you say yes, definitely I'll surprise. The reason 5 days gap, right? Given a 5 days gap, not only single day. So did you complete yesterday tasks? The Docker file clear? Able to understand Docker files? Very good. Yeah. So let me connect. Okay. Your work is today. Our project is there, right? AWS Reader project. Deploy front and back end through Docker. Okay. So Docker file already there. In the project repository inside already. Client is a front end inside Docker file is there. Back end inside Docker file is there. Create RDS and deploy front end and back end. Let me know tomorrow. Okay. So Docker file also there. Understand the Docker file. Okay. I mean, before before checking a Docker file, first you can understand the manual steps, how to deploy front end. Same steps we have added inside the Docker file. I'm not going to explain anything. Have a look and let me know tomorrow. So deploy project on Docker. That's it. Manually. First deploy, first create RDS and those credentials you can give inside backend and give front end. Do this. Okay. .env is there, right? Try at least, yeah, at least deploy front end separately, back end separately. Connection I will explain what to do. Okay. First, if you are able to run front end, you can see the front end output, right? Back end will get hello response. Just try to run front end and back end separately. What we can do, communication, I will tell you. Okay? Front end and back end and database. Okay. Let me open Docker file now. Docker concepts here. Yeah. So these are the example Docker files, Node.js, Python, something, whatever we discussed so far. Okay. You can have a look all. Now, guys, if you can see, this is the Docker file for MySQL. For example, vi Docker file paste. So definitely MySQL Docker file, if you can see, definitely I'm taking MySQL image 8.0 from, but these are what here? MySQL to log in, we need a username, password, credentials, right? I'm giving here MySQL root password equal to cloud123, MySQL database equal to test, MySQL user equal to admin, MySQL password equal to like this. So if you run, this image will create, container will create, this container will support these credentials, MySQL container, okay? And expose 3306, just information only. This is not required even. This is information only. And copy init SQL into docker entry point initdb.d, which means init.sql means my, and if any script is there to create a MySQL database, tables and all, I'm going to copy this script into docker, MySQL initdb path. CMD is what? MySQL D, interacting MySQL D. Even if you can see systemctl start MySQL D command we already given. DB and EC2 process. DB and EC2 process, we have given the command to start the MySQL process. Systemctl start MySQL D. So means this is the interactive terminal. MySQL D is the, okay. So container still continuously running, and this init.sql will copy into inside the container and execute inside the container. Okay. Yeah. So in this case, if I run, definitely I'll get an error, right? Init.sql is mine is not there, right? So what I'm going to do, init.sql. I'm creating a one script here to execute inside the container. Okay. Okay, let me take sample script from the ChatGPT. Yeah, you can see copy. What not understand? You don't know what is MySQL? Vidya? So this process we already discussed, right? Tested SQL we already triggered, right? In the project time, right? So init.sql is a script. I'm copying the script and executing Docker build time and running a container means which container will create? Which container will create? MySQL container will create. DB on containerization process. Understand? RDS is what? Managed service. EC2 is what? Infrastructure service virtualization. This is what? MySQL containerization. We have a containerization virtualization, right? So this is containerization. Simply taking MySQL and there you can give env variables, and now so inside MySQL I need to create a database, tables, columns, records and all, right? That requirement I'm giving through init.sql. This init.sql inside script is there. If you run the script, that will execute automatically inside the container. Okay. You can give anything here. See, here you can give anything, no problem. Intention is what here? Here you can so this is the Docker Docker inside container executing path. This is initdb. So here only the process will execute. Okay, and this is start MySQL server. Okay. So Docker build, and very important thing I'll tell you, wait, Docker build -t. I'm just giving MySQL dot install docker -y. Yeah. Okay. Now you can build. This is Debian container, not Debian EC2. Debian EC2, the commands you have executed already manually, right? One by one, one by one. So if you want to enable this process on container, you need to execute the commands in the Docker file only. Okay. So now if you can see Docker images, MySQL is there. Now how to run this Docker run -dt MySQL container is running. Now you can check Docker PS. See, it is running now. Now Docker exec -it container ID. I'm trying to log in now. Bin bash. I'm inside of container, but not inside of MySQL, right? So inside of container, if you want to log in as a MySQL, what we can do? MySQL -u -p. Okay. So what is the password? Root. Okay. I should give this one. This is what username. This is user password. This is root password. Root username is what? Root only. Understand? But I'm not using root credentials. I'm using user credentials. User credentials admin means password is what? This one. If it's a root user means cloud 123. Okay, I'm inside of MySQL. Now you can give show databases. Test database is there. Use test show tables. Sorry, I exited. Okay, use test empty set. database name is MyDB. Why MyDB is not executed here? Okay, I'll do one thing. Clear? By default created in root user. Whatever script I have executed, you can see now. MyDB. This MyDB is executed into the root credentials, not in user credentials. So test also you can see root credentials. Clear? So now you can check show use MyDB users. The users created here. Clear now? So this is the process. If you want to, yeah, correct. Yes, executing inside the container. The reason we have given here, let me exit from here. Start MySQL server and init SQL into, container initialization path for MySQL. So after that, I'm going to start. If you need, and very important thing now, these key names are there, right? MySQL database, MySQL path, you should give same only. Not like different one. MySQL is small letters, root is capital letters, it won't work. The reason I will tell you. Which image it is? MySQL image, right? They clearly mention. See, environmental variables. MySQL root password, env variables. Why they're giving env variables? If they hard coded, na, you should use same username, same password, right? Whatever they are giving MySQL image, right? If they give hard coded values, you should use the same username, same password for the MySQL, everyone. It's not good, right? They're variabilizing the thing. Username and password, you can give your username. You can give your password. Now you can see MySQL root password, you can give like this only, it will pick your Dockerfile correct way. If you give MySQL database only, it will pick MySQL user, MySQL password, like this only we should give. That's what if you can see MySQL password, MySQL user, MySQL database, MySQL root password. These values will be inserted into there, the MySQL Docker file, and it will build. Understand? Just now have login root user only. By giving root username. Just now have login root user only. If it is a root pass, if you are using root user na, MySQL-u, user is what? Root, password is this one. You can give. If you want to log in as a user is admin, password is this one. Different. If you want to create a database, you can give here also, or you can execute a script. Clear what I am trying to say? This is containerization database. Yeah, this is static path. You can so this is base image. This line pulls the official image. Okay, Docker Hub. So setting environmental variables. These environmental variables configure MySQL and startup. So I'm giving like this. See, this is inside the container I'm copying. Any .SQL files in the directory are automatically executed when the container start for the first time. So this sets default command run when the container start. MySQL D is the MySQL daemon process to run database server. Clear anyone? Anything? This is what? Container inside directory. Clear? Okay, this is the path where we can execute a scripts. Okay. So these are the Docker file story, guys. Database Docker files. And now what you can do today, our project is there right here. So now you can go to client. Here you are able to see Docker file, build this. Next, go to backend. You can build this. You are able to build backend also. Okay, and access frontend, run a container, run a backend, and try to access front and back end containers, see the which response you will get. Later we can focus how to communicate these and all. I will take care. Just 15 minutes enough to how to communications and all. Okay. Mostly, see guys, you don't ask these questions to me. The reason I'll tell you. Mostly, what are the challenges need to face the Docker? If you are asking me, I will tell my challenges to you. It's not correct. You can write your challenges. You need to call out in your interview these and all. While preparing Dockerfile, what are the challenges you are facing? Write down in your book. In interview, definitely they may ask the question, what are the challenges you face? How did you fix those challenges? This is very important. One question is mandatory in interview. In your enter 4 years career or something, you can choose any. They won't ask anything irrespective of specific topic. They will ask simply explain about what are the challenges you face in the current company. How did you fix that? That you need to write your challenges while doing a practice. If I say challenges also, you may explain the challenges without practice. If you are explaining that, they may ask the questions on this. Understand? Yeah. Whatever you know, you guys know, you can explain those only, no problem. But don't take very silly topics. Creation of S3 bucket, it is asking unique name, the challenge I rectified. Don't say these things, okay? Take a complex one. CloudFront is there, na? Take that complex one, CloudFront. So TTL time is very less. Sorry, TTL time is very more actually. But when the developers are updated the code, that code is not updated to the edge locations. So we have implemented a Lambda function automatically to clear the cache. New update will be takes place in the edge locations. Kind of concept you can take. Don't depends on every time liner. Not good. Understand? Now almost 4 months completed, right? 4+ months completed. You need to be run alone. No one will give support in coming days. Already you trained 4 months. Now you are not a freshers. Come out from that thoughts first. I'm a career gap student. I'm a fresher. Is there any difference here? freshers and career gap and experienced person, everyone is new only, right? Now everyone in the same line only. If you can see whoever got a mocks, those are not from technical background, right? Those are from non-IT background. Those are from career gap students. They got who got it rank number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and all, right? Understand the things. If you do hard work, there is no difference here. Non-IT and IT and all. Depends on your hard work, everything will. Okay. Yeah. So for example, if you can see this Docker file, you may worry, what is this Docker file like this? But what you can do, Docker file, copy, paste it into Notepad and go to our front-end deployment process. Without a Docker file, what are the steps you involve here? Compare here and same step, 1 to 1, all steps are same. No any new step here. You can see no any new step here. All are same steps. I don't know you remember or not. Front end, right? If you can see front end deployment process, if you can see, yeah. Okay, let me take backend. So if you can see backend steps, yeah. So first is what? I need a Node.js. I'm taking Node.js directly. Next is what? Creating an app directory. Next is what? Copying package.json first. Next is install to install dependencies. I told you, right? You can use this copy command here also, but image process ls, if you do like this, only this required dependency only will install. If you add entire code, more dependencies will be unnecessary dependencies will install. Due to that, your image size will increase. Okay, Node.js I have explained this point. And now install. Next is what? PM2. Why PM2 you are using here? To start your application through PM2 only. So I'm installing PM2 also. Next, I'm copying entire code. Next, these are for information only. Which port is, see, expose port 80 to outside world to access from 80 only. Next is what? Which process will execute inside the CMD? PM to start only, right? So now you can see. This command only final command to start your backend application, right? So same command I'm going to add inside the CMD only. So CMD means this command will execute inside the container. So container is running on the background application inside the PM2. Clear? If PM2 stop, container also stop. Same. So compare your manual steps with Docker file steps. Don't directly blindly build a Docker file. If you get an error, sir, I'm facing issues in all, don't say like that. First manually build, or whether you build or not manually, at least understand the steps. Whatever the steps you have executed already, AWS 3D project, right? Same steps we are executing to Docker. Same project we are going to be develop on. Sorry, I'm not understanding, Suresh, your query. Okay. Are you clear what I'm trying to say? Okay. So if I'm explaining anything, first focus here. Otherwise, first you block here only. Okay. Your organization using this, how do you know what they are implementing and all? Simply you are saying one line. How can I understand? If you share entire Docker file, I can explain to you what they are implementing. Okay. Even if you share this, for example, to someone, how, what they can understand, what you are implementing, the background and all, you only know. Clear? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so please, today your task is to this one only, MySQL and this one only. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the concept now. No problem. In your real time, if you are facing any issues, you can share your query anytime. I will look. Okay. Clear till here? The all instruction. So two instructions. Yeah, two instructions. The main instructions are these two. CMD versus entry point. Okay. CMD versus entry point. Let me share these notes to you all. I'm going to share you the notes. Yeah. I have shared the Docker notes to you. You just go through that. If you stuck anywhere, you can use this reference. Control F. Okay. So let me take a CMD entry point differences. Okay. Read this sentence now. A CMD instruction in Docker file specifies the command that will run by default when the container is started. Correct only, right? It can be overridden with the command line argument during the Docker run command. Correct or not? The default CMD, you can override, right? By giving your CMD, right or not? The default CMD, if you can take Ubuntu, bin bash is there. But when you are running a Docker file, you can give your CMD. That CMD will be override of your default CMD given by Docker file. Clear or not? Yeah. Okay. Next. The entry point instruction sets that main command that will be run when the content is started. Same like a CMD. No difference. The first point is there is an instruction entry point, guys. This is 100% entry question. Difference between CMD and entry point. Difference between run, CMD, entry point. Difference between add, copy. Out of these three questions, one question is 100%, 100% is they will ask. No doubt at all. Docker files entry question, these three questions are 100% will come. No doubt. Any one of the question. So prepare yourself to explain at least 2 to 3 minutes. CMD is override, entry point is not override. Don't say like that. Explain in detailed way. What we are explaining here, take a one scenario and explain your interview. Okay. Yeah. So the entry point instruction set the main command that will be run when container is started, same like a CMD. But CMD is override, entry point is append. Okay, I will show the practical, you can understand very clearly. Okay. Okay. Let me take this Docker file. Okay. Copy. You can remove everything. So VA Docker file. Otherwise, better we can create a separate directories. mkdir, cmd, mkdir, entry point, enp, like this I'm writing. Two directories created. Let's go to cmd first. Here I'm creating a one Docker file. Clear now? Docker build -t. Okay. You can give any name anyway. I'm giving same name. cmd dot. So image is built, right? Image is built. If I run Docker run my image, means Docker run cmd. Image name is cmd, right? What is the expected output, guys? Echo hello world. What is the expected output? Which process will run inside? In this Docker file inside, which process is executing? Echo process. Echo process will print what? Whatever message you are giving, that message will print, right or not? Okay, let's run now. Clear or not? I mean, I'm going to run directly interactive, post interactive. For checking purpose only, how CMD is working, how entry point is working inside the container, behavior only. Same process will execute inside the container or not? If I run Docker and -dt or -it, same process will execute or not? Which process? Echo process. But I don't want to exit my container. At least this container should run 1 hour. What should I do? I can add a sleep time, 1 hour. So it will run continuously. Anyway, that is different story. Now, if you can see, my CMD is, if you can see, hello world is printing now. For example, Docker run my image. For example, if I run like this, what is the meaning here? Docker run. My image name is what? CMD. We are giving argument, right? Even Docker run -it interactive terminal time. You are giving argument or not? Which argument that is? Bin bash. Docker run -it image name bin bash. Which means what? CMD is override with my bin bash. That's what at the time if you can give exit na container will exit. Why? Only one process is running bin bash process. So that time you should give control P plus control PQ. Right or not? But the same container if you run Docker run -dt after container started, you can log in by using exec again bin bash argument. Two process will run. Even you can give exit also, no problem. Before already container started, the default process already running. Clear? Now what I am trying to say here, Docker run cmd echo overridden command means what? I'm giving argument to my CMD. It will print what now? Whatever message you are giving, overridden command. So what we can understand here, my CMD inside instruction is there. My CMD instruction inside is what? Echo hello world. Echo hello world is override by this message or not? Right? Even we have already proved, right? If you can take a existing image, the CMD will be override by giving your CMD instruction, right or not? So completely CMD is overrideable or not? Yes, it's not fixed. Until you give any argument, CMD is fixed. If you give any argument, that will be replaceable, overridden. Clear this statement? This is CMD, what you need to explain in your interview. Okay. Let's go to entry point. Entry point also execute inside the container only, not for build time. Same like a CMD. We'll see the what is the difference now. Okay. I'm taking same Ubuntu echo hello. Let's go to CD. Yeah, very good question. Who is this? Who asked this question? Omkar. Okay, Barki, wait for this. Guys, this is, let me know, this is also your task. Multiple CMD. This is also interview question, guys. This is also interview question. Previous my students, what I got from them, uh, for the Docker file, especially for the Docker questions, first interview question is, are you able to write a Docker file? Show me sample Docker file. You can easily write, right? You can write any Docker file. They won't check any syntax and all. Just our instruction, give something, instruction, give something, instruction, give something. You can explain. Next question is difference between when you write a Docker file, they may ask involve more instruction in the Docker file. It's not like from is also Docker file, right? From Ubuntu, this is a Docker file. If you can say what they can understand. Only one instruction only you are using and saying Docker file, no. You can use more instructions from copy, workdir, env, expose, CMD, entry point, add, copy, run. If you add all the instruction, you can take before you can prepare any scenario interview, making all the instructions for one Docker file. You can take any scenario, no problem. Node.js, Python, something, anything. And next they may ask the question to you. Then what is the difference between add and copy? What is the difference between CMD and entry point? What is the difference between run and entry point? They may ask the questions. Understand? And this is also one of the question. If I add more CMDs in the Docker file, understand? More CMDs means CMD echo hi, CMD echo hello, CMD echo something different. Which one will work? Okay, I'll explain later. Meanwhile, let me complete entry point. Okay. So last one will execute, guys. Okay, which CMD will work? Last one will execute. Anyway, I will show now. Don't worry. The entry point taking now. Okay, Docker build enp entry point dot. Okay. In one of the interview, they asked me what is T. Not now, 6 years back. I don't know at the time what is T. Okay, you know right now? What is T? Tag. Okay. At the time, I don't know Docker. Huh? Okay. Now you can see Docker run. Okay. If you can give, I'm going to run my image. My image is what now? enp. Print hello. Same like a CMD. No change here till here. Right or not? Okay. Next, what I'm going to do? Docker run. I'm going to give here enp. Now see the difference now. What is the difference? What you observe here? One thing is very clear. It's not overridden. But it is combined means append. Clear or not? Append means what? Existing one, whatever instruction is there inside the entry point, that will be keep as is, plus your whatever you are going to run, that will be added. Means what? Append process. Clear the difference now? Main difference is this one, CMD entry point. CMD overridden, entry point is appendable. I can say entry point is not possible to overridden. Okay, guys, you tell me one thing. Entry point is a fixed one, not possible to change from external while running time and something and all. Python app.py, two arguments are there. I want to use cmd plus entry point. Which one I can add in entry point, which one I can add in cmd? Python app.py, this is the instruction to run my application. So I want to use both entry point and cmd, where I can use Python, where I can use entry point, sorry, where I can use app.py. cmd is app.py. Why? Maybe your application, some changes you can do from external, we can do it. But Python always fixed, right? Right or not? Your application run environment Python is fixed. Python is fixed. Are you able to change Python to Java while running time? No. So Python should be there into where? Entry point or CMD? Entry point. Why? Python is not changeable, right? Python always fixed. But app.py maybe you can change in the later. App.py will change to app1.py, app2.py, app3.py. Understand or not what I'm trying to say? But not possible to change Python. Why? Python given instruction inside the entry point. Understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. See, it will not overridden like CMD, it's appending. Clear now? Next. Now see, this is interesting now. Now, echo is fixed or will change? Echo instruction is there, right? Echo instruction will fix or it will change automatically every time. I want to print hello world. I want to print something. I want to print something. I want to print something. All times, echo is fixed or not? You are going to print something, but echo is mandatory or not? In this case, echo fixed means where should I write? Entry point. And content will change every time. The content you can add into the CMD. Clear? By seeing this, you can easily understand now. Clear now? Let me add now. mkdir cmd enp combination. Okay. cd vi docker file. Oh, okay, okay. Now you can run docker run cmd enp default message. Okay. Now every time you can change your message. Which argument will be replaced every time? CMD inside only, not inside echo. Understand? You no need to pass every time. Even if you can see, if this instruction is without entry point, this instruction is CMD, for example. How to run every time? Here you can mention echo also every time. But now you no need to mention echo. Why? Echo already printing by entry point, always fix. Clear or not? Yeah, echo always same. This message only you can change every time. But here, if you can see here I'm giving echo. Why? Here, not possible to replace this only the argument. You need to be changed entire. That's what I have given echo overridden command. And second time is what? Second time I'm giving just here something. It is only this argument only we can change. Means we can append. That's what here hello world. But instead of doing this, can we use like this for easy process? Echo is always common. This is the Docker file to print something. The content you can change every time by if you add inside the CMD. Clear now? Yeah. So you no need to mention here Echo. Why? Echo already there in entry point. That will take care. You don't need anything. In this case, if you if you go to my Python Docker file process, if you can go to the Docker file, see here, this is also correct. This is also correct. But if I use entry point inside Python, CMD inside which instruction will come? Only app.py, not Python app.py again. Understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Let me add. Clear now? Okay. Both clear, right? If I use, you should use like this. If you comment this one, you can uncomment this too. What will happen if you change sequence? If you change sequence, how it will work, guys? Understand? First, Python can initiate and run your application. What you are saying, first application I will try to run means where is the environment? How it will work? In Python command not found issue will come. Yes, please practice, okay? So I have given here the key differences. Entry point is what? Main process of the container, right? Main process means Echo, Python, Java and something. So now let me, no, you can use like CMD, you can use entry point, but that not overridable. For example, you tell me one thing as, you tell me one thing. If they use Ubuntu Docker file instead of CMD entry point, what will happen? Entry point inside bin bash if they use instead of CMD, what will happen? That Ubuntu. In the Docker file, Docker providers, they are giving CMD bin bash, right? Instead of CMD bin bash, if they use entry point inside bin bash, what will happen? Always bin bash only will work. You can't do any customized process that Ubuntu, right? If you want to run python.app.py in the CMD, but CMD instruction is not called inside the Docker file, then you can't use it. So that Docker file always fixed for only bin bash login only, not support for any customizing process. Clear or not? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Two CMD instructions I'm giving here. Docker build -t cmd name. Which one is working? Last one. Clear? Yeah. Why? Tell me. Someone said last one only. Okay, great. Why? How? How? Last one only executing. Very good. Override. First CMD will be execute, right? Next, again, second CMD will execute time. First one will be override. Understand? So this is the Docker file story, guys. DB containerization, Node.js containerization, Java containerization, Python containerization, Docker file instructions, CMD entry point, Docker logs checking process, how to log in, how to debug, how to inspect, and all we have given. Okay. Still, if you're having any small doubts, you can apply and let us know. Okay. I mean, my intention is only one thing, guys. Sir, can I give 3 CMDs how it will work? You know the process, right? Then do it. If you don't know how to do it, then take help from trainer. What and all R&Ds you can do by yourself only, so that you will get a clarity. If you ask to trainer, right? If I give 3 CMDs, if I give 4 entry points, what will happen, sir? You can do it and let us know. Or you can do it and share that question to in the group itself. If I use entry points, what will happen? I have already tried, anyone can guess. This is the way. If you ask me to everything, I will show, but what you can learn. That's what my question is to everyone here. If you don't know how to do that process, no problem, you can ask. You know how to do that, still if you are asking to trainer, what will happen, what will happen, what will happen, you know, right, how to do it. You can do it and let us know what will happen. This is good practice, guys. Any questions from anyone? But you learn so many things in the Docker file. If you check with others only, you can understand what you learn. Yeah, Docker commands enough. These are only the most used command. Yes. Learn all the commands we learn already. Mostly 99% commands we covered. Docker PS, Docker PS-A, Docker PS-grep, the specific stopped containers, Docker system prone, delete all the images. Okay, Docker prone container, container ID, Docker. So almost we covered all the things. You know how to check container logs, right? How to check? Docker logs, container ID. For example, Docker run -dt -p 8180 nginx. So pull nginx also and run nginx also on 81 port number. Now you can see port 80 not allowed. Huh? Oh, sorry. Given 81. You can give 8080 also. But localhost is block 80 later. Okay. Welcome to nginx. 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Same response. Now I want to check the logs. First Docker PS. Docker logs container ID. See, 4 times I hit right. 4 times I hit right the response by using my web browser. See, I'm able to see the logs. The response get method, right? All are So I'm able to see get method, get method, get method, get method. If you hit one more time now, you can see 6 times I hit, right? You can see more now. Okay, logs. Who can access your application? If something is wrong, you can see the things. I'm accessing through Chrome. So the details, date, time, and all. Okay. So 20 plus Docker files means what? A base from the basic to your project Docker file. Okay. Basic means first understand how Docker file will work by giving copy instruction, give one file, one sample directory. Like this you can test instead of directly go for 6, 7 instructions. Copy instruction, run instruction, CMD instruction, entry point, Python, Node.js, Java, MySQL, project, Python on Ubuntu, Node.js on Ubuntu, MySQL on Ubuntu. Okay, next Java, Tomcat, Maven, again Maven on Ubuntu, Tomcat on Ubuntu, Maven manually, Tomcat containerization, different process, multi-build Docker, multi-stage Docker, as a build, copy build, how we work. So we need to practice. Till here is enough to entry point of view and your task point of view, clear Docker. But still, we have a syllabus. I'm going to discuss other topics also. Docker Compose is there, little important. Docker Network, Docker Volume. 3 concepts are there. Clear? Okay. Are you clear till here, online team? But please practice, guys. If you are not practice, no, it's too difficult to understand Docker. I won't allow for any other batches, guys. If you miss, sorry, I'm not allowing any other batches. If I encourage now, you are not misusing this. I'm getting a lot of messages. Please allow me 7:30 batch. I miss so and so. I told you before only, right? If something has happened, let me know before only, not after. So I'm not going to allow anyone into the 7:30 a.m. batch. Okay. Any questions from anyone? This is the problem here. Stateful set. Yeah, these and all Kubernetes only. Okay, let's get started. Docker and networking. Yeah, okay, no problem. We will cover. Even I have given the same question in here, right? I don't know who written this question. The previous paper, Naresh Shetty paper, I have given this question: stateful set versus deployment, headless services versus stateful set services. These are all very important concepts from entry point of view. Okay. I will cover, guys. Kubernetes, you don't worry. Blindly, you can go entry for Kubernetes. 90% questions will cover Docker and Kubernetes, Terraform. These 3 questions, whatever I discuss, whatever test I'm going to conduct, and again I'm saying, please don't ask me in separate entry questions. My test series only entry question. If you are done, you are done. Understand? No doubt at all. Questions will come from there only. No extra question will come from any other, apart from my list, what I have given. Okay. Don't buy heart it, huh? Understand the concept. If I say, in this case, Terraform 57 questions only there, they may ask different way, but concepts are same. Let's go to start Docker networking. So let me show you guys. Guys, which network Docker is using now? I told you, right? Which network Docker is using? Bridge network. This one. So we have a 3 type of networks in the Docker: bridge, none, post. Okay. So which network we are using every day? I mean, from day one to now, this one only. But we no need to specify the reason this is default network. If you create any container, if you start any container by default, the container will choose bridge network only. Clear now? So, okay, let me take the bridge network concept now. So, very easy concept, guys. So let me talk about bridge network. Docker provides a default bridge network. Containers connected to this network can communicate each other using their IP address. For example, if I created two containers, bridge network, by default it will take. The two containers will communicate. The reason two containers are sharing same network. For example, VPC is there. Inside VPC, if you create a multiple servers, all servers will communicate or not by SSH and something. If different network, we are using transist gateway or VPC peering. By the way, workshop is the transist gateway. Okay, so please attend. One of the interview question it will cover. So definitely in interview, they may ask this kind of questions. My server is in different VPC, different account. I want to connect to the server. Which concept we can use? You can say peering. Immediately they can ask, I want to connect multiple VPCs. Multiple VPCs from the single source not possible by using peering. Peering is one-to-one connection. Then how you can implement? This is immediate question. You can say transist gateway. How you can implement transist gateway? They may ask, right? I will show you this Sunday. Complete network will complete. Peering, endpoints, transist gateway, peering, subnets, VPC, internet gateway, everything will cover. Okay. End-to-end networking process. So networking is very, very important for interviews. Okay. So the key features of the Docker Bridge Network, isolation. Containers on Bridge Network are isolated from the host and other networks, which enhances security. Okay. Containers connected to the same bridge network can communicate with each other container, whatever I discussed now. Containers have a default gateway to the bridge network, allowing them to connect external network to the host. This is very important, guys. Important question. Host -p, local host, default host. I mean, local port number, local host port number, default port number. How request will through local host to container port through gateway, default gateway. Your server is running public. How the request will travel? Internet gateway to route table to server. Same concept here also. Container in place of EC2. How container will take the request from external? First, it will enter into the VPC, internet gateway to route table to host, EC2 to default gateway to container. Clear the process? Yeah, let me tell you what I'm trying to say. So for example, yeah, this is my container. Okay. Container running on which port number? Let's suppose it is running on 80 port number. Okay. Nginx. Clear now? So user is here. Okay. So container outer layer is what, guys? Subnet, right? The subnet outer layer is what? Sorry. Container outer layer is EC2, right? Server. Server inside only container is there, right? Hmm. Server is part of subnet. Subnet is part of VPC. Clear? So his request will travel first where? VPC into where? Internet Gateway Panel, IG. Next is what? Route table. So IZ to RT, RT to subnet, subnet to server. Till here clear, right? We are running what? Docker run -dt -p 81, which is what? Local host. 81 is a local host. Means what? Your ECT is 81. Right or not? Now how this EC to 81 will communicate to 80? Default gateway. Default gateway. Clear the concept now, how the request will travel now? This default gateway helps to allow the request 81 to 80. Clear now? Okay, let's go now. So you can see here, this is default gateway, Docker 0, you can see, right? From the default gateway to multiple containers, communication will be go. Clear or not? Okay. Let's do it now. I'm taking now excuse me. Now I'm taking now here. Let's go to here. Docker run -dt -name container 1 Ubuntu means what? Create a Ubuntu container in detached terminal. The container name I'm giving -name container 1. If you not specify -name, default, any default name will be allocated for container, right or not? Okay. Now you can see Docker PS. I'm able to see container 1. See here. Same you can run container 2. Now you can see Docker PS. So container 1, container 2, I'm able to see. Which network I'm using now? If I'm not specifying anything, this is bridge network only. Let's go to now Docker inspect command. Okay. Docker inspect command. Container 1. I can see here now. Gateway is what? 172.17.0.1. IP address is what? 4. But 2.3 also there. 2.3 also there means already the bridge network 2.3 already taking different containers. Clear or not? Now you can see this is 5. If I create one, 6 will come, 7 will come, 8 will come. But all are gateway fixed or not? Gateway is fixed. Different container, different IP will allocate. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 like that. And the thing is, if you log in Docker exec -it container 1 bin bash, container name also we can use, or container ID also. Now I'm instead of container 1. So from here you can ping this one. No, directly not accessible. This container IP is from external. Why? This is not exposed directly. exposed through local host only. Why container is not running externally, right? Container is running inside some host. So we should enable from host only. If I try to run, oh, ping command not found. So let me install ping. Okay, now you can run ping. Yeah, like private IP, correct. I'm getting response, right? So my IP is what here? 172.17.04 login container IP. But I'm trying to ping to container 2. Container 2 IP is what? 05. You can see container, this is for container 2. You can see even here. Container to inspect. So you are trying to ping container 2 from container 1. Understand or not? I have login container 1. So you tell me all containers if are in the same bridge network communicate or not? Communicate. This is the statement. Containers connected to the same bridge network can communicate with each other using container names or IDs. Container have a default gateway to the bridge network allowing them to connect external network to the host. Means what? This one. Clear now? Okay. So this is the bridge network, how the request will go inside the container, how two containers will communicate. Okay. Okay. And next is host network. Host network, how it will work? Docker host network, also known as a Docker host networking. So Docker container shares its network, host machine network it will share. Understand? For example, let's run. Copy, paste. So I'm going to run Docker and -dt. Network is what now? Which network I'm using? Host network. Three types of networks are there: bridge network, host, none. If I'm not specifying anything, which network it will take? Bridge. But I'm specifying now. Network is host, not bridge. Clear or not? Docker and -dt network host Nginx. What happened? Oh, I'm inside container. So inside container also you can install Docker. Understand or not? You can install Docker now inside container. For example, apt install docker-y. See, Docker is installed inside container. Now host is what? Container 1 for Docker. Understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Okay. Now you can check Docker PS. So Nginx container is started. How to access now? Did I give any port? No. Then how to access? Directly access. Why? This network are using host network. So sharing a host network, you can check Docker inspect, take the container ID. Is there any IP address? Is there any gateway? Why? Sharing directly host network. So not required any local host, not required any -p port. Default gateway is not there to allow path from here to here, local host to inside container, directly using local host. But what is the drawback here? We can run only one container on the same port. Is it possible to run one more container on the same port? No, you can try even. HTTPD run also same port, right? Okay. Now you can see Docker PS. I'm able to see only Nginx. HTTPD is not running. Docker PS-A. Where is HTTPD here? So here, exited, created, the same space, same time. Copy, check the logs. What is saying? Address already used. Which address? 80. Localhost, right? So not possible to access, not possible to run. Clear what I'm trying to say? This is host network. And last network is none. If you give none, this is not accessible from anywhere. Completely isolated. Clear now? If you ask me to do it, yeah, I'll do it. Container name you can give test and something. Sorry, this is wrong. Small n. Okay, test already there. Huh? I'm giving something demo. Container has started. Docker, you are able to see container also. Ubuntu, 5 seconds ago. But Docker, inspect, no network, even no host network also. If you can see, no host network also. The reason why? This is what? A none network, completely isolated container. Not possible to access from anywhere. If you don't want to give any access to anyone, completely isolated means this kind. That's what I'm saying. Completely, I don't want to use now at this time. Move to none network. No one can access. We are using bridge network only. We are using bridge network only. But we have a concept I'm explaining only. So if you want to check Docker network ls command, you can see the list of networks. Bridge, host, none. This is default. This is custom. You can create your own network also. Understand? Docker create network test. Created. Now you can check Docker network ls created or not. But which network is created? Bridge network. Now for example, now again you can check test dev. Both networks are created, right? Both are bridge network. You tell me if I create Nginx or something, Ubuntu. Yeah, Ubuntu. My network, if I should give here, right? Otherwise, it will take default bridge network. If I give here test, so this Ubuntu will work test network, test bridge network only. Okay. Clear now? Next, this Ubuntu use, if I use dev, Why it is taking? Okay. I can give one more. Clear now? Now tell me Docker PS, Docker inspect. If I use this container ID, see gateway is 172.19.0.1.19 and IP address is what? 2 for one container, right or not? Let's go for the same process for next is what? This is 18 series and first one is 20 series. Next is 19 series. This is 18 series. If you create one more bridge, 17 series. So now you tell me this 117.18.0.2 to 117.19.0.2 before container. Is it possible to communicate? No. Both are bridge network, but both are different bridge network, different gateway IDs. Understand? Not communicatable. Clear the concept networking? So practice today and let me know if any challenges if you face. Thank you. So we have a class tomorrow. Important session tomorrow. If you miss, I can't do anything. Docker Compose I will explain. And Docker volume also. Yeah. So Monday onwards, Kubernetes will start, guys. Don't miss it. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.